What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video of Burgowski Outdoors. As you saw in the title, we are going to be talking about grass. And today, I'm going to be teaching you how you can turn this nasty grass and thinking, ew, I don't want to fish this, to yes, that I will catch fish on it. So let's talk about it. So y'all, we are talking about grass and how I like to fish and what are my favorite baits and a little tips I can give y'all to fish it better. So today, look, this is a whopper plopper, a treble hook bait. It has 6 treble hooks, and I don't know if you see, probably a lot of y'all know this kind of grass. It's really nasty. I don't even know if it's grass. I'm pretty sure what it's called is pondweed, and most of y'all have this. It's like a black, greenish, darker green gunk that you have on your pond, and it's really nasty. And a lot of y'all might get really annoyed by it and think I can't fish here because there's too much grass. Well, today I'm gonna be teaching y'all how I like to fish these. But before we get into that, I'm gonna be telling y'all the different types of grass. And there's a few different types most of y'all will have in your ponds. So the 3 main types I think you're gonna have is mainly what I just showed you is that main gunk. Then you're gonna have lily pads, and then you are gonna have the main types of grass, which is like hydrilla. So besides lily pads and besides lily pads and pond muck or pond weed, which is that nasty gunky darkest green black stuff I just showed y'all, the main other 2 grasses y'all are gonna have is cattails, which I'll put up a picture right here, and then hydrilla. Those are the main grasses most of y'all are gonna have. And the last final one is mainly, as y'all see in the bottom left corner right there, is shoreline grass. And a lot of people have problems with that, especially overgrowth of shoreline grass. And so we are going to get into some of the tips I have and how I can help y'all become better at fishing grass. So let's get into it. So y'all, as I was just talking about the amount of grass, and you can see there's multiple different types of grass. There's lily pads here, then you have your shoreline, a little bit of cattails, nasty pondweed, and then under the water, as you see, is your more hydrilla kind of looking stuff. And this is what mostly is going to be in your pond. And so let's get into some of the baits I like fishing on these different types of grass. Okay, so I'm going to be breaking down my favorite baits of all time that I like fishing in that grass. And so let's just get it kicked off right away. My number 1 favorite bait that I like fishing in grass is the good old frog. Now this is a booyah frog right here, and I'm not going to be talking about the gear at this moment. We're going to get into gear later, but this frog is one of my favorite frogs. It is a popping, which actually is not the best for a highly grassy. Okay, also I'm going over the footage, I'm editing it really quick, and I realized that when I start talking about my first favorite bait, which is the frog, I say this is my favorite frog, and then I say which is actually not the best. So what I meant by that is I actually like popping frogs best, but I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that, because popping frogs are not the best for highly grass situations. What the best is a pointed frog, and I said that at the end, but I just wanted to clear everything up. That's what I meant when I said that, so sorry about that. But let's get back into the video. But this is just what I have tied on right now. And the reason why this is my favorite for all different types of grass situations is because the way it has weedless hooks right there. These hooks are in the body, and it's a hollow belly. And so that makes it completely weedless. It floats. Those hooks are not under the bait so that it doesn't get stuck. They're on top in the body, so not getting stuck. And the only bad thing about this popping frog is it has more of an open mouth, so it's more to catch more grass. But this is my number 1 favorite bait, and I know y'all have seen me catch a few bass on the channel with this. I'm hoping to get more footage with this, but that is my number 1 favorite thing. So let's get into my number 2 favorite thing I like using. My number 2 favorite thing I like using is some kind of weightless Texas rig right here. So what I have is a little baby bass Cinco with a Texas rig hook. No weight, as you can see, no weight. And the reason why I do no weight is because that weight is gonna sink into the grass and especially catch more grass. Now, for lily pads, like a heavy weight that can get through those lily pads, because under those lily pads it's not nasty muck. But in this nasty muck, a weight does not help you at all, and that's why you want a weightless rig. And I'm gonna be talking about two different ways I like working both of these two baits I just said, but I wanted to get these two to y'all and show y'all these are my two favorite baits. Now let's talk about how I like using them and how you can use them over grass and stuff like that. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna be talking about a few different ways I like working both of those baits. Kept it very simple today, just showed y'all two baits, and those are my favorite confident baits in highly grass areas. So what I do to start off is I have my frog right here, and I'll make a cast, and I make that cast right in that gunk back in that corner. And with these weedless, I just like called a thing walking the dog. And what you do is, so you grip the palm like this and just twitch it, kind of just constantly twitch it. And while you're twitching that, you want to be reeling it the whole time, and it kind of does a side to side action for that. And that's really how I get most of my bites. Now let me reel in and show y'all. I just did it over all this gunk right here, and I do not have grass on it. No grass, so that is the main reason why I love my frogs so much. And so that's really the only way I like working my frogs, and there's only one different way I like working it. Now, let's pan over to this side right here, and we have a small patch of lily pads. So with lily pads, there's a different situation. I cast it out there, and something lily pads will do to your line is it will catch it. So you don't want to walk the dog down here. So I like keeping my rod tip up and just twitching up while reeling. And that will give it a little hopping movement like they could do over lily pads. They kind of hop on top of them. And if you just give it a pause, that's what usually blow up on it. So those are my two ways I like working my frogs in the different types of grass. So I'm showing you my second bait, which is my weightless rig right here, Cinco, and how I like working it. So make your basic cast out in the middle. And when you're working it in the middle, you just work it like a normal Cinco. Now, I don't really need to tell y'all too much because y'all probably use these a ton, but now let me show you what I like doing when you get near grass. So I'm gonna throw in this pocket right here, and what I like doing when I get near the grass, it's so light. You literally just kind of work it like the way I told you to work that frog in the lily pads. I just kind of keep it up, and it will work right over that grass. And then when you get where there's no grass at the top, you just let it sit there and work it the same way. So again, you get over thick grass right here, and when you're on top, you literally kind of work it like a top water, and you get right into the opening, and they'll eat it. So let me reel it in right here. So look, you keep it on top right here, and it just works now. And then you just get it in the opening. So here's a good example. There's an opening right here, and I'm just gonna let it sink and work it, and then I get on top of this grass and I keep it, and then it just floats right back down. Oh my goodness, dude, I got one. Oh, no way. I told y'all.
Send it back out there. I'll fix it.
So as y'all saw, I just caught one, and that is my favorite way I like working it. Right when I get in those grass, I just keep on top, and then when that bait sinks, that fish will eat it right when it sinks off to the bottom. So that is the number one way I like working my weightless Cinco. Okay, also I just showed y'all my favorite baits and how I like working them, and obviously y'all saw it did work and I almost caught a fish there. But now this is the final part of the segment where I talk about the gear and the gear I like using for heavy grass situations. In heavy grass situations, my number one favorite thing to use is braid. Right here, and this is what braid looks like. Braid is a very interesting type of line, and for some beginners it is hard to cast, but especially when you're working this frog, which is one of the number one things you can use in grass, you really need braid. And a few tips why you need braid is because number one, it floats, so that really helps your top water action. It's a lot stronger than fluorocarbon, especially like I like using 50 pound, so you can get them at that grass, and it kind of does better around gunky stuff and lily pad areas. So that is my number one tip I can use is braid. Now my number two thing is a little bit stiffer of a rod. Now you don't need a heavy because I don't have one. Now it'd be nice to have one, but all I have is, okay, also like I was saying, the medium heavy, just that little bit of medium heavy action that will give you will definitely help. Now it's not the number one thing, but medium heavy is an overall good thing for your Cincos, your weightless Cincos, and your frogs. Now, most people will want to use a heavy, but medium heavy I think is the golden. And braid. Those are my top two tips for grass. And I really hope y'all enjoyed this grass fishing video. I tried to get it out really quick. And those are my favorite ways I like fishing and my favorite baits. Alright, y'all, thank you so much for watching that instructional part. That is the end of it. And I really hope y'all enjoyed it. I have not made a video in a little bit longer than normal, but fishing has been really tough and I didn't really get to do instructional. So I finally just made one. Quick little tip I can have for y'all that I wanted to point in that I didn't talk about too much in the instructional is frogs. Some of y'all might want to get a pointy version. And also, I said I think medium heavy is golden. I actually think heavy is the best for frogging, but I meant medium heavy is best for an overall Senko frogging rod. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say. Really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to click the bell to get those notifications. Hit the like button. Subscribe for me because we have some good bluegill catch clean cooks coming for y'all on the channel. But I'm going to finish this instruction. So yeah, bluegill catch clean cook coming. Really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Catch y'all on the next Bro Guys.